Two real horror stories. Story 1. The Whispering Shadows. On a cold winter night, Emily found herself alone at home as her parents ventured out for the evening. They left her with strict instructions to stay indoors, lock all doors and windows, and ensure her safety. Little did Emily know, a sinister force awaited the perfect moment to reveal itself. As midnight struck, Emily settled into the dimly lit living room, wrapped in a cozy blanket, engrossed in a horror movie. The only source of light was the flickering glow of the television, casting eerie shadows that danced around the room. Outside, the wind howled like a pack of wolves, causing the ancient trees surrounding the house to creak and groan. Unbeknownst to Emily, each creak echoed the footsteps of an otherworldly presence that had infiltrated her quiet abode. Just as Emily reached for a bowl of popcorn, the room plunged into darkness. The television blinked out, leaving her in complete blackness. Panic set in as she fumbled for her phone to use its flashlight, only to discover the battery inexplicably drained. A soft, haunting whisper filled the air. "Emily," it murmured, barely audible. The young girl's heart pounded as she strained to locate the source of the eerie voice. The whisper seemed to come from all directions, as if the very walls of the house were speaking. "I see you, Emily," it taunted, sending shivers down her spine. Frozen with fear, Emily felt an unseen gaze upon her. In the pale moonlight filtering through the curtains, shadows seemed to take on a life of their own, slithering and twisting, forming grotesque shapes on the walls. Emily's imagination ran wild as she thought she saw twisted faces and skeletal hands reaching out to her. Summoning every ounce of courage, Emily forced herself to her feet. As she cautiously moved through the darkened house, the whispers grew louder and more menacing. The air turned frigid, and the very floor seemed to absorb her warmth. With each step, the shadows seemed to converge, closing in on Emily. Stumbling upon an old family portrait hanging on the wall, in the dim light, the faces of her ancestors appeared to contort into grotesque grimaces. Just when Emily thought she couldn't bear the terror any longer, the lights flickered back to life. The whispers ceased, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Trembling, Emily surveyed the room, finding no trace of the ominous shadows that had tormented her moments before. Her parents returned home to find Emily huddled in a corner, recounting the chilling events of the night. They dismissed her story as an overactive imagination, attributing the blackout to a simple power outage. Deep down, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent had visited her that night, an unseen presence that lingered in the corners of her mind, waiting for the next opportunity to whisper from the shadows. Story 2. The Silent Watcher. In the quiet town of Ravenscroft, Amelia found herself home alone one gloomy evening. Her parents had left for a late-night event, leaving her with a list of chores and a reminder to lock up before bedtime. Little did Amelia know, a mysterious presence had taken an interest in her solitude. As the clock struck midnight, Amelia curled up on the couch with a book, the soft glow of a reading lamp casting a warm pool of light in the living room. The rain outside tapped gently on the windows, creating a soothing melody that enveloped the house. Unbeknownst to Amelia, a silent watcher observed her from the shadows. An old ornate mirror in the hallway seemed to capture the reflection of someone, or something, that shouldn't have been there. The air in the house grew heavy with an unexplained tension as the watcher patiently bided its time. As Amelia delved deeper into her book, a sudden chill filled the room. The temperature dropped, and the pages of her book rustled as if touched by an unseen hand. She dismissed it as a draft, but an unsettling feeling crept over her, making the words on the page blur before her eyes. A soft whisper, like the breeze through ancient trees, echoed through the house. "Amelia," it called, sending a shiver down her spine. The voice seemed to come from within the walls, a disembodied presence that knew her name. Startled, Amelia rose from the couch, her eyes scanning the dimly lit room. The watcher, now a silhouette in the mirror, seemed to move with her, its presence growing more tangible. The rain outside intensified, creating a dissonant symphony with the mysterious whispers that surrounded her. Amelia hesitated, her gaze fixated on the mirror. In its reflection, the watcher took on a form, a shadowy figure with piercing eyes that seemed to see into her very soul. The room darkened, the reading lamp flickering as though struggling against an unseen force. Gathering her courage, Amelia decided to investigate. With each step, the whispers grew louder, urging her to turn back. The house seemed to come alive with hidden sounds, the creaking of floorboards, the sighing of the wind outside, and the relentless patter of rain against the windows. As she reached the hallway, the mirror loomed before her, its surface now a gateway to the other side. The watcher, now fully formed, extended a shadowy hand toward her. Frozen in fear, Amelia felt an inexplicable connection with the entity, as though it held a secret from a forgotten time. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the house returned to normal. The whispers ceased, and the watcher disappeared from the mirror. Bewildered, Amelia stood alone in the hallway, questioning the reality of the eerie encounter. When her parents returned, they found Amelia in a daze, unable to articulate the strange events that had transpired. The mirror in the hallway stood silent, reflecting only the ordinary surroundings. Yet Amelia couldn't shake the feeling that the watcher still lingered, patiently waiting for the next moment of solitude to reveal itself once again. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.